Welcome to the Daily Forex Market Analysis call, and this is for trading on December 5th, 2017. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. All right, so we will start off as usual by taking a look at our Forex Factory calendar here. So here we see just a little bit ago here we had data come out of out of Australia, and positive data. So account balance, so current trade balance, it actually increased a little bit. It's a little bit more negative than what it was before, but the retail sales number came in really positive. And then coming up later, we have RBA rate statement. So they're not expected to raise the rates. It's expected to stay the same. But again, the market will be looking to see what the bank has to say about the economy going forward. And that will have an impact on Australian dollar. And then we also have on Tuesday coming up here, services PMI number as well as multiple PMI numbers out of the Eurozone. But services PMI number here for British pound will be important. And then we also have trade balance number for the US as well as Canada here at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. And then we have non-manufacturing PMI numbers for the US here. And in the evening session, GDP for Australian dollar. So some data points coming out, so we'll have to just watch out for that because these will have an impact on the prices. So going into our charts, let's see what's going on. So it looks like the Australian retail numbers pushed this all the way up, Aussie yen, but we'll come back to that in just a moment. Let's start as usual with our daily charts here from the top. So we are in euro. We're looking at euro US dollar here. So with the euro, there was a gap when the market opened, and market has prices since traded into the bottom here, 1.1820 level, and it has pushed off of this level. So overall, this is still an uptrend. So the uptrend stands as it is right now. So price has bounced off of the support and resistance level at 1.820. So as long as price stays above this trend line here and above this 1.1820 level, I'm looking for price to go up higher. So the first target would be the high here, 1.1950 level. So as long as it stays above here, I'm looking for price to continue on further. So looking at our euro, actually the first target should likely be over here, 1.1935 level, which coincides with our R3 level. So another possibility here is that price will go up here. So first thing is over here. So see how price will react here. So right now we're looking for price to move up higher. See how price came into the support multiple times and it has held. So as long as it stays above this level, looking for it to go into this R1, R3 level at 1.1935. And this is where we may see this type of a move, right? So this is where we have to watch out for price to react. But overall, right now, as long as it stays above this level, I'm looking for it to continue higher. Pound, dollar here. Pound, in terms of our move here, we did see price go up, and now it sort of has reacted to this level. Hasn't done much, so it's in a bit of a tight range right now, right about there. So between the high of 135.40 and the low of 1.3400. So here, excuse me, we just need to see how price is going to react. So right now it's smack in the middle. So this is where price has traded for the last 3 days. So we need to see price show us something decisive. At this point, it's very, very neutral. So we have a big pin and bullish candle body. So we are bullish to neutral right now. So first test would be, so I'm looking for price to go high into this 135.40 level. So once price comes here, we'll have to see how it reacts. So if it comes here and rejects again, gives us this quadruple top, that would be a very strong sell signal, because that means the price is not able to go higher than that. Or the second option is price drops into this 13400 level, 1.3400, and then price bounces off of this level. over here. So this is what I am looking for, basically looking at price to continue in this range, and at some point we need to see a break of this range. So as we can see, we have prices just kind of gone sideways here. So it's a range-bound market, looking to sell at the high, looking to buy at the bottom, unless price breaks out. So in that case, we'll have to take a look. Okay, so neutral for pound dollar. Looking at Aussie here. So Aussie, we had a very, very small move for the day. So this is still range bound at this point. So we are heading towards the upper end of the range now. So if the price breaks through this range, then we are looking for price to move up higher. So right now with the positive trade balance numbers and retail sales numbers that came out, it has given this a positive push. And also because we have RBA statement coming up, this one looks bullish right now. So what are we looking for? The level that we have to watch will be 0.7650. So this will be the deciding factor here. If the price breaks above this level, then we are looking for price to move up higher into this 0.7720 level to the upside. But we need to see a clear break and then a move above that. So that's one scenario. Other one is that price is not able to, so let's say RBA is not very hawkish on the currency or on the economy, then we could see price go into this 0.7650 level and then drop from there. So at this point, because we are so close to the news, the stance here will be neutral, and right now I'm looking at this as a range-bound market, so need to see a clear break to one side or the other. So for now, looking for price to go to 0.7650, and there, if it breaks above, then I'm looking for price to go higher into 7720 level and then 7750 level. So with the Reserve Bank coming out, that could make that move there. All right, so New Zealand here. So New Zealand is, the close is very neutral for the day. So very, very small kind of close, not much of a move, which is typical of Mondays. And so right now, we do have lower highs. So high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So now we are into this bit of a, like a pennant formation. So this is kind of what the price is doing right now. So we have to see, again, where price wants to break out. So right now, it's just going sideways. And it's just kind of consolidating into this a little pennant. This is called a pennant formation. So we need to see where it breaks out. When the price is in a pennant, normally what happens is price will go up, come back down, and do one of these, and then it will break out to one side or the other. So it will do something like this if it wants to break out to the downside, or it will do the opposite and then break out to the upside. So right now it's not clear as to what it wants to do. So I'm expecting the price to coil here, and then we are going to look for a break to either side. So for now it's neutral, looking for price to go up higher and potentially into this 69.30 level. So looking for price to go up into the top of this, and we'll have to see how price reacts. So right now it's heading towards the high here. Dollar CAD, big drop. We had a very, very big double top here. Now we are still bearish. We had a small candle close here. Now looking for price to move lower here. The next target would be 1.2600, so looking for price to drop, and then further down, looking for these lower levels. But the target here, the bias is bearish into 1.2600. So looking at the looking at our 1 hour chart here, we have broken below this 1.2680 level, and the next target now is 1.2600. And below that, potentially into 1.2580 level will be the next, so which will be our S3 level. But for now, price does have that bearish bias. It is making lower highs, and now it's broken below this level. It's holding below this level, so looking for it to continue lower. So the bias is bearish for dollar CAD. Euro Swiss franc here, we are still sideways. There is price is still staying in this range, so we need to see price at this point. We had a bullish close, so looking for price to come into the high 1.1720, and that will be the deciding factor here. This one I am neutral on. There's really nothing much, except we can potentially look for the price to go into the highs, and if it shows us a reversal pattern, then I would be looking to trade this back into the range, and the level here is 1.1725 area that I'm looking for. Okay, so that's Euro Swiss. Pound Swiss here. Pound Swiss, we had a bullish candle close as well, but we are into the highs again, so we'll have to watch out to see what happens into the high. So this one is another range bound, so this will be a good trade. So if price goes into the high of 1.3320 level and then gives us a rejection candle here on a smaller time frame, on maybe a 1 hour or smaller, then I'm looking for price. I would be looking for price to come back and move back into 131.80 level. So right now it's right smack in the middle, so very, very neutral. But once price gets into 133.20, I would be looking to see if it holds below. If it does, then I'm looking for price to drop from there. So right now, a bias is basically neutral for this. Dollar Swiss franc here, same story. We have pushed up, and in this case, I would be looking for a reaction at 0.98, around 80 level there, and see if the price stays below 0.9880. Then I'm looking for price to stay to basically come back lower in that case. So right now, overall, the bias is still to the downside, because as we can see, price is still kind of doing this, right? So looking for price to get into 98.80 level here and then drop from there. So bias is bearish to neutral for this. Pound CAD here. Pound CAD, we see a pin rejection here. So I'm looking for a price to drop. See how price came and tested the pin on this side and over here. So looking for price to drop from here. The target would be 1.6935 level. So looking for price to move back lower here. Pound yen. Pound yen, oh, this is a nice pin bar. So pound yen looks bearish right now. I would be looking to see if we can get a pullback potentially into this level, 1.152.37 or 40 level, and then looking for price to drop. But overall, this is bearish. So I'm looking for price to drop back into 150 level. So 150.00 level, that will be the target to the downside. First target will be 150.50, and then below that, we're looking into 150.00. So those will be the two targets to the downside, but the bias here is bearish for pound yen. Euro yen, let's take a look. Euro yen is just having trouble at this level. So as long as it stays below 134.50 level, now the bias is still to the downside because it's rejected this 3 times. So I'm looking for price to drop here, and the 133.40 here, the first target will be 132.50. So looking for price to drop here. So bearish for Euro yen as well. Aussie yen is a bit of a whipsaw because we did have a nice candle close here, but with the news coming out, that has given it a boost. And now if Reserve Bank of Australia is bullish on this, this could move up higher. Excuse me, sorry. But the important thing to keep in mind would be how price reacts at this 85.95 level. So because this is a strong support and resistance area, so as long as price stays below that, then we could see it come lower. So we could get a potential double top at the high over here. But for now, with the positive retail sales number, that has given it a boost. So the play that I would be looking at in this one would be a potential double top here, especially if the other yen crosses start to drop. I would be looking for that here, but probably pound yen or euro yen may be better ones to trade. But again, that would be a critical point, 85.95 level, and see if we can get a potential double top in that area. So for now, my bias is neutral, even though the daily candle close based on the just purely technicals, the bias would be to the downside. But because there's news coming out, I would be very cautious with this one. Dollar yen. Dollar yen, nice bearish candle close. This looks quite bearish, so I'm looking for price to drop further into 112, 111.80 level, so back into the bottom here. So looking for a drop in dollar yen. Okay, we'll take a look at CAD yen, bearish pin bar here, so looking for price to drop, and the target would be 87.89, so back into this. So let's say 8800, 88.00 will be the target here, so looking for price to drop. And in terms of a pullback, so we could probably get a pullback into that level, 89.00. Yeah, we're already at 88.80, so 89.00 is right into this support and resistance area. So we could get a push into that and then a drop. So something like that. So CAD yen is bearish as well. All right, so that's all I have. Any questions or anything to add there? Okay. If not, we will call it a wrap. Perfect. So I will see you guys tonight or tomorrow morning for our London session tomorrow. Okay, you guys have a wonderful evening, and then I will see you in a bit. Bye for now.